Now all we have left to do is finish up our working drawings. So just simply open those back up, the drawings that you've dimensioned and everything, and we'll take a look at the cover sheet in specific. So what we're going to do here is start with a base view on the cover sheet, and we'll go to our little search folder and find our assembly. Now if yours doesn't show this here, file types, make sure you click on Inventor Files because you won't be able to find everything. Okay, so I'm going to put my puzzle cube assembly here. Our scale is 1 to 1. I'm going to turn this light bulb on so we can see all this information. So our scale is 1 to 1. I'm going to change view identifier to assembly. I'm going to shade it, and I'm going to do an ISO top right. So if we see here, we got a nice little three-dimensional view of our puzzle cube. So I left click, right click, OK. Now we'll do the same thing for our explosion. Now our explosion should pop up here. If it doesn't, simply come inside here and find where your explosion is. Okay. So I'm going to open that. Now if you look at your explosion, it might be some crazy multi-view right now. We want this to be in a nice three-dimensional ISO top right. And you also see how big it is. What we'll have to do is scale this down. Half the size, 1 to 2. We're going to change our view identifier again to say explosion. Make sure these are in caps as well. Click on shaded, and OK. Now what we're going to do here is just move this up so it's nice and centered. And all we have left to do is balloon and make a parts list. So we'll come over here to the Annotate tab. We're going to click on Parts List, click on our Browse for File folder, and just click Puzzle Cube Assembly. Then you hit Open. And you see here it says Assembly. We'll hit OK. You might have some things pop up. Just say OK to bill of materials and all that. And now here's your parts list. And what I'm going to do is click it into the little corner right here. So it's just nice and flush with the rest of mine. Now what it's going to do for your parts list, so I'm going to make this perfectly even here. Whoop. What it's going to do for your parts list, it's whatever you save the pieces as, it's going to bring up in your number. So what we want to do here is just double click on it, so make sure all the words are red, double click, and we're going to fix a few things up. First, I'm going to click on this column chooser box and take description and remove it. And then hit OK. Now we're going to apply that. And then these aren't in all caps, so I'm just going to retype them so they're in caps. So yellow piece, whoops, blue piece, orange piece, green piece, and the pink piece. And then we'll hit apply. There we go. And I'm going to take this again, just try to make it fit nice and pretty in this window. I'm liking that. Well, now, whoop, double clicked on it. There we go. So it's nice and clean in there. Last thing you have to do is just balloon it. And what you're going to do for balloons is just click right here on this balloon icon and balloon each part. So you need to make sure that you click on the outside edge of the part, left click again, bring out a little tail, double click. You don't want your arrows, so you want your arrow to come off the edge of the part. You don't want it to come across the part like this. Alright? And if you don't remember from our notes, leader lines should never be completely horizontal or vertical. So we're just going to come in here and balloon all these. Now my drawing looks hideous. You should not have your parts laying on top of one another like this. So if you have your blue piece blocking your purple, or your green blocking your yellow, or however you want to call it, you need to make sure you go in there and change your assembly or your explosion so this doesn't happen. And you also want some kind of uniformity with your bubbles. You want them to all kind of have the same amount of length and leader and the whole nine on it. The last thing I don't want is these trails on the inside are kind of confusing. So I don't like the way that looks, so I'm just going to double click on my explosion here. I'm going to go to Display Options, and I'm going to click Show Trails, and hit OK. And now we are completely done with the set of working drawings. Be sure you hit Save. If yours pops up like this, again, yes to all, hit OK. And as it's saving, all we need to do is export and print this so I can grade it. So save, 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 hurry up. Uh-oh, looks like I froze mine. There we go, all saved up. So what we need to do now is click on our application button, come to Export, PDF. You're going to say Options. Be sure you click on All Sheets. We want all our colors as black. Okay. And then, oh, I'm sorry. Let's go ahead and give you color. So let's turn all colors as black off. And we'll hit OK. And then you'll hit Save. So I'm not going to replace mine, but you will have Puzzle Cube Working Drawings already there. So let me change the name of that. So be sure you save it as Puzzle Cube Working Drawings. And what you'll see in your folder, mine's in my personal here, but you will have, let me find it, a set of PDFs. All you have to do from that PDF is print it out, and you will be ready to get graded. So let me find my Puzzle Cube real quick. In your H drive here, you have Puzzle Cube Working Drawings. So what you'll do here is double click on that. Wait for it to open. Now these take a little bit of time to open, but once it opens, we'll just need to print it, and you'll have to turn it in. So it'll open up as a complete, whoop. Let's try these ones. Alright. So it'll open up and you'll see all your pages here. I'm just going to hide this. And you can scroll down and see all your pages. What you want to do is File, Print. After you click Print, be sure that your printer is one laser. You only want one copy. And then we're going to change this up a bit. We're going to click on the Multiple tab so we can print multiple pages. So you should see 2 pages per sheet. And if you look over here, it'll change it up so you can see 1 page here, 1 page here, and we want to switch it to vertical and landscape. So this is how your drawing should look. Once you have that, go ahead and hit print and turn it in for grading.